Let's discuss types of maps. So we have topographic maps, and they provide detailed information about the natural and human-made features of an area. So the rivers, mountains are the natural features. Roads, buildings, and towns would be the human or man-made features. Then they use contour lines to represent changes in elevation and show the shape of the land, which is also known as the relief. Then political maps. These shows us countries, borders, capitals, and other political boundaries. Guys, my spelling in this is just atrocious. Political. My brain thought that my hand had written. Right, so it shows political boundaries and it focuses on human-made or man-made divisions. So just like the borders between us and our neighboring countries, that is what it shows. It shows borders between the different provinces. So a political map would have that. Then physical maps emphasize the natural features of the land, of course, as you can hear, physical maps. And they often use color to show different types of physical features. So your water features will be blue. The man-made features will have their own color. So the physical map uses color so that you can see the different physical features. Then we have thematic maps, and they show the population density, climate zones, land use, tourism sites, or economic activities. Right. Then let's have a quick look at the components of a map. So a map has a title, and the title tells you what the map is about. Of course, very obvious. Then scale shows the ratio between the distances on the map and the actual distance on land. So in geography, you will be asked to find, the actual distance, or you need to find the distance in scale. So there are those types of questions, and those are practical questions that you actually have to work out and show your work. Please be mindful of that. Now let's talk about the legend or the key. And this explains the symbols or colors used on the map. So if you need to find a particular thing on a map, you would go and have a look at the legend or the key so that you know what you are exactly looking for on the map. But remember that legends and keys are global in use, so that even if you pick up a map in a different country or of a different country, you would still be able to identify what features are identified on the map. Then we have the compass rose, and this indicates the cardinal directions and sometimes the intermediate directions. Your cardinal directions is north, east, south, and west, and your intermediate directions would be southwest, um, northeast. Those are your intermediates. Then we have the grid, and the grid divides the map into latitude and longitude. Right, so these are the lines that go horizontal and vertical. Then we have contour lines, and under contour lines, there's actually two others that I want to discuss right in this lesson. So the contour lines are used on topographic maps to show changes in elevation. So your contour lines will show where the land is higher or where it is lower. But let's look at the other two that come out of the contour lines. So let's look at close contour lines, and they represent steep terrain. So when the contour lines are close together, then it represents that it's steep terrain. But widely spread contour lines indicate gentler slopes, right? So those are the two that I said comes out of the contour lines. So close contour lines represent steep terrain, but widely spaced contour lines indicate gentler slopes. Then just here, the types of scales that we have, because I said to you, one of the components of a map is a scale. So the types of scales we have is bar scale. So a bar scale is a visual representation of the distance, right? A ratio scale is normally a numerical scale. So it's 1 to 100,000 or 1 to 50, whatever it is. So it is indicated in ratio form. And then we have a verbal scale, and this is a description of the distance. That is a bit of geography types of maps. I'll see how many other lessons I can record of this, and it's in less than 5 minutes.